dirty boy. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been, and how you don't know how to keep your business clean.
Jungkook entered the classroom and looked around. He goes to your direction and quietly sits next to you. You side-eye him while pretending you are writing something. Later on, he took something from his bag and put it on your desk. Drink this. Why are you giving me this banana milk? Don't worry, I didn't put any potion on that to make you fall for me. Hold on, don't tell me even that you don't want to accept it, just like how you rejected my feelings for you. Stop it. Okay, I will accept this. Why is that you don't love me either? He murmurs. You try to yourself not to laugh. You want to tell him the truth that he is the man you are talking about, but his dad told you he himself will tell Jungkook about you. So you just enjoy watching him getting jealous by himself since he looks cute. After class, you put your things back in your bag and stood up to leave, but Jungkook blocked your way. What now? What is his name? Who are you referring to? The guy you're going to marry. Ian. His name is Ian. His name stinks. My name is better to listen than to him. But he is more handsome than you. Is that the reason why you like him? Because he is handsome? Actually no. Yes, I found him cute and handsome, but I don't know why I like him. That's impossible. How did it happen that you like him but you don't know why you like him? Jungkook, do I need a specific reason to like someone? Of course. Okay, you said you like me. Then I will ask you, why you like me? Because then he realized he can't give you an answer because even he doesn't know why he liked you. At first, he was just annoyed with you because you embarrassed him in front of his friends. Later on, he slowly became soft to you. Then one day when he woke up, he just realized that he loved you. See? You can't answer because you don't know the reason. By the way, thank you. For what? Nothing. I need to go. I still have my work. Wait. Can you just choose me instead? You don't reply. You just smile and tap his shoulder. After that, you pass in front of him and left. Jungkook was on his way home when he received a call from his dad telling him to go to their house because he wants to tell him something. After an hour, he came home and saw his dad in the living room busy wiping his expensive plant. I'm here, Dad. Did I disturb you? No, Dad. Do you have something to say? His dad sat on the couch, him as well. You need to come here this Sunday around 7 in the evening. I will introduce you to someone. Who? Your wife-to-be. Oh, what? But Dad, I already like someone else. Does she like you? No, she likes someone else. Stop forcing yourself to her. This lady is beautiful, nice, and I really like her personality. You will learn to love her soon. No, Dad. I don't want to marry someone that I don't love. Stop this nonsense, Jungkook. You are going to thank me later for choosing her. You will marry her even if you don't want to. Period. You can't control me, Dad. Alright, why don't we have a deal to be fair to you? What deal? Convince the girl you love to marry you until someday. If she doesn't agree, you have no choice but to come here to meet your bride to be. Do I have another choice? No. Alright, deal. Your dad came to your work to talk to you, and since he don't force you to come back to live at his house, you agreed to talk to him. You two were in his car, while the one who drives your big bike is Mr. Nam. While on the road, you talk about Mr. Jun's son. Is it true that you agreed to marry Mr. Jun's son? Yes, Dad. YN, I won't force you to marry that person. If you don't love him, it's okay. I'll explain to Mr. Jun. You know me, Dad. No one can force me to do what I don't want to. I will marry that man. Is it because I want to? Your dad and Jungkook dads were became business partners. Back then, you and Mr. Jun were close after saving you from your bully. He is also the one who encouraged you to learn karate so you can defend yourself. Fast forward, you became even closer after finding out that he is your dad's business partner. Both your parents want you and Jungkook to get married. However, your dad knows that he can force you. So they ask you to get to know Jungkook. And if still you don't like him, then no marriage will happen. And since you live alone in the apartment, Mr. Jun asked Jungkook to go back home and live alone to become independent for 1 year. And if he can't do that, he will be the next CEO of one of his dad's businesses. He has no idea that all of that is just a setup. Ajushi purposely wants him to live next to your room so you could know him. So basically, the day you first saw him, you already know who really he was. Meanwhile, Jungkook is still inside of his car thinking how he convinced you not to marry Ian. Until a car stopped beside his. He got surprised to see you get out of that car. Your dad also left as soon as you get out. While we're walking going inside the building, Jungkook suddenly popped up in front of you. Yeah, YN. Is that Ian? Who? Then you realize he's talking about your dad. Why? I'm fucking jealous right now. You gigas. Stop laughing. I said I'm jealous. I heard you loud and clear. But I'm going to marry Ian. As you continue to walk, but he stopped you. My dad wants me to marry someone else, but I don't want to marry her. Because of me? Mm. If I were you, marry her. I'm sure you will be happy with her. I too will marry Ian. Can you just marry me instead? You didn't reply. You just smile and tap his shoulder again. Sunday. Since he failed to convince you to choose him, he needs to follow their deal with his dad. He needs to appear at the dinner to meet his bride to be. When he entered the house, he heard laughter from the garden as he saw an unfamiliar face. Later on, he saw a woman sitting, but the woman back facing at him so he couldn't see her face. Even though he knew that was the woman he was going to marry. He looks down and sighs. He wants to run away but he has no choice. He agreed the deal. Dad, Jungkook didn't finish what he was going to say after he heard the woman speak. He couldn't be mistaken. It was the voice of the woman he loved. YN? All of you looked back and saw Jungkook, who was obviously surprised and confused. Hi, Ian. Finally, he realized that he is the one you are referring to that you are going to marry. But instead of being happy, he got mad. So you knew from the start about this? Oh, are you playing with me, YN? He said and walked out. Jungkook, it's not her fault. I'm the one who asked her not to tell you, his dad said, but he didn't listen and just hurriedly left the house. I will take care of him, Ajushi, you said, and follow him. When you get out of the house, you saw him walking fast on the road. To catch up with him, you got on your big bike that you purposely hide so he had no idea that you are his bride-to-be. You speeded up until you catch him. I'm sorry, you said while slowly driving your bike to keep up with him. He totally ignores you. You want to go for a ride to release your anger? Still, he just keeps on walking and not talking to you. Ian, I'm sorry. This time he looks at you. Stop calling me Ian. My name is Jungkook. Where did you get that Ian? This is the name you use in TikTok, right? He face-palmed himself. He realized you just already gave him a hint that he is the guy you are referring, but he hasn't gotten it yet. He goes back from ignoring you and runs fast, so you can't catch up with him. You also drive fast, but this time you just pass on him. He thought you were going to leave him. You passed your bike not far away from him and got off. After that, you walked towards him as you wrapped your arms around his waist and lifted him. You're struggling to carry him, but still you managed to brought him and made him sit on your bike. Wow, you really managed to lift me? You're so strong. I know. Please stop running away from me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're going to ask me if I enjoy watching you getting jealous, yes, I did. You look so cute when you get jealous. Please forgive me if I didn't tell you the truth. I'm willing to face the consequences and accept your punishment. Just forgive me. Any punishment? Then he suddenly hold your face and kiss you. After a minute, he broke the kiss. You just stand for a second, your brain pause and still processing what happened. Later on, your senses back. Is that my punishment? You stutter to ask. He chuckles after seeing your reaction. No, that's not my punishment, he asked. Then what was that? I'm kissing my girlfriend and soon to be wife. Let's go. Where? It's our first date. This is your punishment. Let's go on a road trip. Cool. As you get in your big bike. So, when are we going to get married? He asked. How about after our masters? Great. He wrapped his arms around your waist as you start the engine and speed it up.